Hey, ladies. Hey, ladies, can you hear me okay? Get these headphones on, that's better. All righty. How are you doing, Julie? Doing good?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing good. Really good. Angie, hi. Katrina, hi. Oh, Angie turned on her video. Yay. All right. I hope you guys have been having a good day. Mondays tend to be a little bit, and that has been the case for me actually on this Monday. But we're here and we're going to do the damn thing. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes for anybody else who wants to jump on with us. Hey, Gail, I see you just hopped on. All righty, one more minute. All righty, let's get to it. So guys, it's Monday, right? It's Monday. It can be one of those hairy, scary days. Start the week. And I don't know if I've introduced myself properly. I'm Sabrina. Thank you for joining me this evening. It's a pleasure. I don't know whether I know any of you actually, but it's nice to have you. It's nice to be here and working together. So that's my little intro, but I know it's Monday, so I wanted to kind of give us, hi Laura, just as everyone's hopping in, I wanted to give us a little something to kind of clear the air, clear our minds for this next hour that we're going to spend with really intentional action. So everything that's happened so far today, any of the good, the bad, the ugly, just take the time to let it go. Let it go and think about, was it a bad day or was it a bad 5 minutes that I milked all day? You know, and there's a big distinction between that, between having a bad day where it's like, everything is going wrong. And then just one thing went wrong, but we've kind of let that ride and dictate our mood and our behaviors and actions the entire day. So if you've had a bad or challenging day, let it go. We need to just clear the air, clear the space for our minds. And if you need to think about that, was it a bad day or about 5 minutes? Think about that for yourself so you can clear it a little bit easier. And then I want you to take a second, literally 60 seconds, and write down some buzzwords for yourself, what you're in your business for, and what kind of, who you want to be in this space. So like, are you here to be a game changer? Are you here to be captivating? Are you here to be brave, to be positive, be motivational? Like, what is it that you're here for? And take 60 seconds to write some of those words out so that you've got them right there in front of your face. And that's the intentionality that we're going to go into this hour with. So 60 seconds right away. All right, guys, I think that's enough. So I just wrote that down, and I'll write in the chat everything, all the action items that we're doing. So anyone jumping in can kind of just follow along with what we're doing. So Jalissa, hi, honey. If you're just coming in, we just took a second just to clear the air, clear our minds, and get really intentional around what we're doing here for this next hour, and write some of the words that drive us. You know, for me, I've got my post-it note here: brave, captivating, committed, fulfilled, positive. Those are like my words that fuel my daily actions, because that's how I want to come across in my social media and in my conversations, as well as those are the things that kind of drive my commitment to showing up and doing the damn thing every day, right? So just take a second to think about that for yourself. And then, so with that in front of you, it's kind of like, okay, I've cleared the air, I've cleared the space, and now I've got permission to step into these shoes, right? These words that I just came out with. Now that's where I can work from. So with that being said, really positive, kind of uplifting thing that we did from the beginning, we're going to start with those invitations, right? The piece of the equation that most people are kind of like, yeah, I don't want it, you know, but you've just written down that you want to be, or you want to, influence in these particular ways from those words. So I want you to send those invitations with that fueling them. So either look through, if you made a call to action post, whether it was on your feed or in your stories, look through the people that commented, liked, or viewed, send them an invitation. If it was something where maybe you shared your story and it was like super vulnerable moment for you, send the people that responded to it, whether they commented or they liked the post, send them a message saying, hey, thank you so much for your love on that. That was super uncomfortable for me to share, but it means so much to me that you saw my heart. And leave it at that. For me, that's the start of a conversation, but it could easily translate into an invitation as they respond back and kind of talk to you about where you're at, et cetera, et cetera. So take the next 10 minutes, and I'm going to put it on a timer, to send out those invitations and get as many out as you possibly can in these 10 minutes, okay? So 10 minutes begins now. Alrighty, that's our 10 minutes. Cool, so finish up any messages you may be in the middle of sending, and make sure that you found a way to track those too, right? Because you hear it said 12,000 times a day that the fortune is in the follow-up. So it's really important that we have some kind of tracking system, whatever that looks like for you. If it's pen and paper, if it's a Post-it note and a pencil, if it's a system online, then whatever works, but find a way of tracking those conversations. Okay, so in the next 10 minutes, I want us to spend thinking about expanding our kind of reach, but not just expanding your network, expanding the people that you're talking to, who's coming into your inbox, the conversations that you're having. So I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock again, and this time we're going to have conversations, whether that's with new followers. If you've got new followers on your Instagram or your Facebook, sending them a message just saying, hey, thank you so much for being here. Like, is there something specific you want to see? Or I don't know, if it's a hashtag that you follow and somebody posted something that you're like, oh my God, this person is my person. Like, message them and say, I just loved that, whatever it is that you posted last time. I just wanted to let you know that that really spoke to me. Or where did you get those shoes? Or what is your makeup trick here? Or whatever your jam is. Start some conversations. So for 10 minutes, we're just going to send some messages so we're in people's inboxes. And starting a conversation could also be in their stories too, because when you comment on a story, it goes into their inbox. So if you're watching someone's story and they've got a sequence or whatever that you're just like, oh my God, I'm dying over this person, send them a message, something really heartfelt, and just start that conversation because it drops straight into their inbox. So 10 minutes on the clock, let go. time. Alrighty. To close up that last message. Hey, Kim. Hi, Tina. I see Tina's here too. Alrighty. Did you see the chat over here, Kim? I've been putting the instructions of what we're up to in the chat box. I just saw your message over there. Did you? Yeah. Can you see? Can you see what I've written up there?
No.
You can't see that? Can anybody see what I've been putting in the chat?
There for everybody
at
the beginning.
Oh, that's weird. You should
come
be
in late. The chat won't show. She'll have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Well, we invited for 10 minutes. We had conversations for 10 minutes. And now we're gonna we're gonna do a little bit of expanding our network. Okay, so this is much more of just going out there and not dropping into anybody's inboxes, not with the intention of starting a conversation, but just getting people to be like, oh, who's this chick that's liking all my stuff and commenting on my stuff? So either go to, if you do your business on Instagram, on Facebook, or wherever it is that you are, going into some hashtags that you follow. If there's certain influencers, people that have like a higher social media following in a particular industry or circle that you're really interested in. Like for me, I use the hashtag child free by choice because my husband and I have decided that we're not going to have kids. So I engage with people in that use that hashtag that are in that community. It's fun. It's funny how many people actually are in that space. It really surprised me.
We've been together 25 years, no kids.
Really?
So
we've been together 20 years, no kids. So yes. Yeah, it's a choice, right? So there's that. I also use Flight Attendant Life because I used to be a flight attendant. So I connect with people that are in that industry. So finding hashtags that are specific to you, like try and stay away from Fit Mum or I don't know, those kind of generic ones that will have millions and millions and millions of people, and try and niche in a little bit to be specific to your kind of person, or like a famous person that you really enjoy, a writer, a poet, a musician, whatever. And if you're on Facebook, then going into groups, you know how Facebook has Facebook groups, join certain groups that are associated with whatever it is that you're interested in. If it's intermittent fasting, if it's, I don't know, Vampire Diaries, I don't know, you guys, whatever it is that you're excited about. So we're going to spend 10 minutes interacting with people in those niches. You click on their profile, have a look through, comment on some of their pictures, like a few others, just basically be blowing up their notifications so they get at least like 4 or 5 that are coming through from you, that they're going to go back and be like, who is this person? And then hopefully we'll follow you and re-engage with you back. So 10 minutes, let's go. All righty. 10 minutes is up. You guys get some good people in your ecosystem, hopefully. Hopefully, yes. Okay, so just finish up kind of whoever it is that you're looking at right now. And then what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes, there's a theme going on here, guys, is follow up with people. And I know, and I'm going to take this a little bit further because I know follow-up sometimes can seem as if the response I get from some of the coaches on my team is, but I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want them to think that I'm being pushy. I don't want, you know, any of that kind of connotation. Let that go. But I want to take it a step further in asking you to do these follow-ups by doing it through a medium that you don't usually use. So if you usually send typed messages, either use a video message or a voice message. If you usually do video or voice, maybe think it, and you're finding that there is still a disconnect, like people are still ghosting you or whatever, think about maybe changing up the way you do it or whatever. But I want you to really step out of your comfort zone and do either a video or a voice message with your follow-ups. Because the best way to not feel salesy or you're trying to convince somebody to do something is to allow them to see how excited you are about whatever it is that you've offered them. If it's a challenge group or if it's coaching or whatever it is that you've sent that original message out for, let them see your kind of excitement for it, your commitment to what it is that you're doing, so then it doesn't come across as you being salesy and pushy. I can see Jalissa's like, really, you're going to make me do this? Yes, I am. So I'm going to challenge you for the next 10 minutes, use a medium that you usually shy away from, voice or video, and just connect a little bit deeper with the people that you've already sent messages to. Cool? Let's go. All righty, that's time. How was that? Good. Kind of feel the fear and do it anyway. I always say, if you can't beat fear, do it scared. Just do it scared. All right, so we've got 5 minutes left on the clock here, guys. So I want you to take that time to check in with everybody that's in your ecosystem, whether that's your clients, teammates. Check in with people, see how they're doing, more than just going into your group and checking in. Is there a particular client that you have that you know needs a little bit of extra love? Is there a teammate that you have that you know could do with having a little bit of a pep talk? Take some time these next 5 minutes and reach out to your people and love on them a little bit, because I think the biggest piece of what we get to offer as coaches is that personal attention, is that one-on-one time, because we know that the relationship with our people doesn't start until the sale is made, and that is very different from every other industry. So take advantage of that and really take these next 5 minutes just to love all over, spread sprinkles and butterflies all over your people. All right, guys, that's us. Hopefully you got some like good work knocked out, and feel really good about that intentional, solid hour that we spent together talking about, you know, doing the things. And I think that practice at the beginning is one that I do, especially I don't do it every day, but I do it on days where I feel funky in my energy, you know, where you kind of feel as if you're not feeling it. Because the worst thing that you can do with this business, in my experience, and I've been a coach now for 2.5 years, my experience is start, stop, start, 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 stop, right? So if we can always be pushing that boulder up the hill, like imagine that's the analogy that I use for this business. It's like you're pushing a boulder or a snowball up a hill, and it's heavy, and you slide, and you don't know whether you can get it over that crest, but you keep going, keep going, keep going. The momentum, if you keep pushing, gets you to the top of that hill, and then you get to a point in your business where you can never just let it go. It's never going to just go without you giving it some energy, but it definitely is not pushing it uphill anymore. But imagine if you're pushing this boulder up a hill and you stop for a day and then try and go again, you've lost some of that momentum that you already had. So the hardest thing is doing the things on days when you don't feel like it, but it's the most important thing, particularly on those days that you don't feel like it. So using that exercise at the beginning of clearing that energy, clearing out that whatever ick it is that is going on in your life. If somebody's pissed you off, if you're having a bad day, 5 minutes, then clear that, allow it to go, whatever that looks like for you. I tend to have a 30-second dance party in my kitchen, and I just put on some jams and I act to 4, and that helps clear the energy. So find something for you that does that, so you can still show up and do the things even when you don't feel like it. I hope this was helpful. Hope you guys got something out of it. Yay, good. It was nice to meet some of you that I've never met before. Such a pleasure. I love this team and this family so much. There's so many wonderful people in it. So I'm going to let you go, stop talking, because I tend to do that, and hopefully catch you in the team page at some point. Have a great evening, guys. Take care.
Bye.